My child, listen closely to my voice right now because this message is not an accident. You did not click here by chance. I have seen your tears. I have heard the silent prayers you whispered when no one else was around. I know the weight you are carrying. I know the fear that tries to whisper that you are alone. But you are not alone. I am here. I have always been here. Before you were born, I knew you. Before you spoke your first word, I called you mine. When you felt abandoned, I was holding you. When you felt forgotten, I was working behind the scenes. You see delay, but I see preparation. You see rejection, but I see protection. You see closed doors, but I see a greater door about to open. Remember when my servant Joseph was thrown into a pit by his own brothers? He was betrayed, sold, falsely accused, imprisoned. It looked like his life was over. It looked like I had abandoned him. But I was sending help long before he knew it. I was positioning him in a palace while he sat in a prison. What the enemy meant for evil, I turned for good. And what I did for Joseph, I can do for you. My child, you are not stuck. You are being positioned. Remember when the Israelites stood before the Red Sea with Pharaoh's army behind them? They saw death in front and destruction behind. Fear filled their hearts. But I had already prepared the miracle. The sea did not part until they stepped forward. Sometimes I wait for your step of faith before I show my power. Do not let fear stop you from moving. When you move with trust, I move with power. You have been asking, Lord, where is my help? Look up. Your help comes from me, the maker of heaven and earth. I do not sleep. I do not forget. I do not fail. Think of David, the shepherd boy, overlooked, forgotten by his own father when the prophet came to anoint a king. Yet I saw his heart. I saw his faith in the fields when no one else was watching. When the giant stood before him, mocking and threatening, everyone else saw defeat. David saw me, and because he trusted me, the giant fell. The battle you are facing may look bigger than you, but it is not bigger than me. Stand firm. I fight for you. My child, I know the nights you cried yourself to sleep. I know the disappointment that broke your heart. I know the prayer you are still waiting to see answered. But hear me clearly. I am sending help. It may not look the way you expect. It may not come in the timing you demand. But it is coming. Remember Elijah when he ran into the wilderness, exhausted and afraid, asking to die. He felt alone. He felt like giving up. But I sent an angel to feed him, strengthen him, and remind him that his story was not over. When you are tired, I will strengthen you. When you feel alone, I will remind you that I am near. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. The miracles you read about were not limited to ancient times. I am still opening doors. I am still healing bodies. I am still restoring families. I am still breaking chains. When Lazarus died, everyone said it was too late. 4 days in the tomb. No hope left. But I stepped in and called him out by name. Even what looks dead in your life is not beyond my power. I can resurrect dreams. I can restore opportunities. I can rebuild what was broken. Do you remember when my disciples were in the boat during the storm? The wind was fierce. The waves were crashing. They thought they would drown, yet I was in the boat with them. The storm did not mean my absence, and when I spoke, the winds obeyed. The storm you are facing does not mean I have left you. I am in your boat. And when the time is right, I will say, peace, be still. My child, do not measure my love by your circumstances. Measure your circumstances by my love. I fed 5,000 with 5 loaves and 2 fish. What you think is not enough in your hands becomes more than enough in mine. Bring me your little faith. Bring me your broken pieces. Bring me your weakness. I will multiply it. You worry about tomorrow, but tomorrow is already in my hands. Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap, yet I feed them. Look at the lilies of the field. They do not labor, yet they are clothed in beauty. Are you not more valuable than they are? You are precious to me. You are chosen. You are loved. Even when you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you do not walk alone. I am your shepherd. My rod and my staff comfort you. I prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. That means your victory will be visible. Those who doubted you will see what I do for you. Do not lose heart. I know the financial struggle. I know the family conflict. I know the secret fear. I know the silent battle in your mind. But I am greater. The cross was not the end. When they nailed me to it, darkness covered the land. It looked like defeat. It looked like hope had died. But 3 days later, the stone was rolled away. Resurrection power changed everything.